Hello guys and gals, BJ here from Southeast Louisiana with a couple more tips for backyard gardening. This afternoon we're going to talk about how to prep your land to make a proper garden for your household. As you can see behind me here, I have some land prepped for gardening. So what I used here is, show you my tiller. Got this online for about $3.99. It arrived in roughly a week. It is a Husqvarna TF224, has the 9.5 torque, yada yada, 208 cc's. It does the job perfectly fine. Now this land was tilled roughly 4 or 5 times. It started out looking like that, and then I cleared the trees and the brush and all the rigmarole that was there, and then it looked pretty much like this yesterday, and then broke ground yesterday, and then I retilled yesterday evening, and then again this morning, and then again this afternoon. So this is after 4 tills. So the way you operate this guy here, it's a front tine tiller. This is your depth bar right there. So you kick this piece out to the side, that drops down, plant that in the dirt, and however high you have this pin set, see, you can adjust it. So you pull the pin, move this up, adjust it. However high that pin is set right there, that's how deep the front is going to dig into the earth. I like to go as deep as it can because it aerates the ground for your roots of your plants when they're going to get older. So this roughly is size 12 boot, so roughly a foot and a few inches deep. Now that's for the first pass. After that you can go as deep or shallow as you want. Put that back on there. Okay, so you can go as deep or shallow as you want. Just chop the dirt. You want it as fine as you can get it. 4 passes took me maybe 1.5 gallons of gas with that machine, and then you come back with good old garden hoe here, and the way I do it is, you can see I made a few rows already. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 made, and then these here, what you do is you take from halfway where the center mark is, and you pull that on top of here, and then you come back and you pull this piece up to like here on top of there, and then that'll give you a row. So you can see here is going to be one center line, here's going to be another center line. So this will be one row, this will be the center of another row, and then this will be the center of another row. So I have 7 complete rows. This area is approximately 45 feet long, and I'd say about 25 feet wide here. You can do as small or as big as you want. Once the rows are made, I like to flatten the tops, and then I make a small trench in the middle because that's where the seeds are going to lay. Now I'm going to be planting cucumbers and cantaloupe here. That way the vines can grow out over this piece here. And then here will be tomatoes and jalapeno peppers, and then corn, probably more corn, probably okra, green beans, and then okra and okra. Okra need the most sun, so here I have the most sun. Sun comes up that way. So from here all the way to here, I have sun here, and then in the evening time, trees. So I like to get morning sun all the way up to noon or a little afternoon, because then it gets so hot that it just cooks your plants, especially in South Louisiana. And the dirt also makes a difference. I have natural fertilizer. These guys here make great fertilizer for your plants. But the dirt here is clay. And as you can see, it's really like clay. That's why it's called clay. So it holds moisture very well, but it's really hard to work with. And then once it hardens, it becomes like a water barrier, really, and the water doesn't go in. This is an old riverbed here. Used to be the Mississippi riverbed. I just purchased this place about a year ago, so it's the first time I work this land, so we'll see what happens. But clay, okra does really good in clay. Corn maybe does pretty good. Your tomatoes and stuff, you kind of want more sand. So this side I have, you can see the difference. So this is a lot more sand, loose dirt, perfect for melons and corn. Tomatoes, peppers, beans, stuff like that. As far as water goes, Mother Nature usually does a pretty good job of watering your crops on a regular basis. If you happen to hit a drought or something, you can use tap water if you have to, but it tends to have a lot of chlorine. What I like to use, I have this hole specifically set on my well water system. I have city water here, but I also have well water. So I use well water, and then if I want also as well, I can throw a pump in a pond and use pond water. But if I'm in a drought, I don't want to use my pond water. Oh, there goes a bass or something. I don't want to use my pond water if I'm in a drought, because then my pond's gonna dry out. So I'll use well water. Well water will never dry out. And that's Kid's the black and white one, and JJ's the brown one. They want some tree clippings. They usually come out during the day, but they get in my way when I'm trying to do something. So they get put in their Cadillac of a house here. That's about as big as they get. Pygmy goats. But yeah, that's how you prep your ground. I leave enough room in between my rows here to where my tiller can run through the middle. I can set it on shallow, and it'll catch the side of each row running down. But when the grass starts to grow, you understand why you want to leave enough room to pass a tiller, because if not, you're scraping grass with this little guy and it'll wear you out. You definitely stay in shape. But yeah, we'll start this garden and we'll see what happens. I made a video earlier of how I planted my tomato and pepper seeds with my daughter. She's 3. My son's 8, but it's hard to get him off of Fortnite. One day he'll learn his lesson. Well, with everything going on in the country, you got to grow your own food now, so I'm trying to teach the young ones how to carry that on. I've been doing it my whole life. I work in the oil field offshore, and we're currently out of work, so luckily I have enough to sustain myself for about a year, plus whatever I can grow at my house. So I'm ready to weather the storm. Anyway, that's enough of that. That's how you prep your land for a home garden. I'll probably end up tilling up more land eventually to plant different crops. Let me know if you have any questions. Like and subscribe for more videos. I will be showing a video of how to plant each kind of vegetable that I plant, and then a weekly update on how everything is growing and how to maintain it. So, with that said, BJ the Cajun Gardener, signing out. Till next time, y'all have a good one. Stay safe and stay away from the virus.